Hi, this is Brad with Pro Light Gear, and today I want to talk to you about backcountry cooking and just some ways that that I personally have gotten around taking a lot of backpackers' pantry meals or mountain house or alpine airs. They absolutely have their place. One of my personal favorites is the backpackers' pantry shepherd's pie. It's fantastic, and after a long day with a lot of miles, the last thing I want to do is sit around and kind of have to prepare a meal. So that's usually when I end up pulling out one of the backpackers' pantries and doing it that way. I'm going to have Shane zoom in here, and I'll show you some snacks that I tend to take with me on most backpacking trips. And these are all really easy to find. A lot of this stuff comes from like World Market or your local grocery store. Instead of jerky, which I do take a lot, I tend to like a little bit softer, kind of a wetter meat. And I like these little tiny summer sausages from Smoky Valley. I think you can find these at most grocery stores or something very similar to them. These weigh 2 ounces a piece in the packaging, require no refrigeration, and they taste great. It's salted meat. They last in a backpack. You can take these with you for, months at a time, and they're still fine. The other that I really like, especially if I'm making eggs or doing anything along those lines in the backcountry, is the Chorizo sausages. This weighs 3.11 ounces for 2 little guys like this. On the packaging it says no refrigeration required, which is great. Usually we can polish off one of these things just sitting around the campfire. I do like sticking these on a stick and just roasting the outer skin just to give them a little bit of heat. It's really nice that way as well. Or these are very, very fatty. So if I need oil for something, like some of the stuff I'll show you here, I don't take a lot of oil with me in the backcountry. If I do, it's either coconut oil or butter-flavored Crisco if I don't want it to melt all over my pack in case I'm out for a couple weeks. I will take these little guys, put them in the bottom of the pan, heat them up, fry them actually just to get some of the fat, to get the oil out of the sausage, so I can have it for making the little burger thing I'll show you here in a second. But chorizo sausage, always a must. And the second staple that's always in my pack is a little bit of cheese. Now you can take cheese from your local butcher shop or the dairy case at a local grocery store for 1 or 2 nights. Wrap it up. In some places it's not going to get super warm during the day. If it's store-bought cheese kind of in a block that you get cut, it's going to sweat a little bit. It'll get a little bit wet on the outside, but that's not really a big deal. This stuff right here, no refrigeration required. I would call it, it says cheese on it in all parts of the label. It's a very much cheese-like product. It's very similar to the little sticks you get inside the beef jerky things at like a gas station. But when you've been outside for 2 days, this really does taste good. It melts down really nicely. I put it on tacos and burgers. I'll show you that here in a second. But always take this with you. 4 ounces for the block of cheese, and really provides a lot of good calories, which I like. Comes in pepper jack, all the different flavors you can think of. I think I got this one at World Market. I think it was a couple bucks. But I always go there and get little stuff like this for trips. The next company I want to talk to you about, my wife and I stumbled upon because she is a vegetarian, and most of the backpackers' pantry meals have a little bit of meat. They do have some textured soy protein or textured vegetable protein in there somewhere, but she doesn't eat a lot of meat, and these are all vegetarian. And as a meat eater, I really enjoy them. I think they taste great, and I just add a little bit of summer sausage, bacon, prosciutto, salami, some meats like that I can take without spoiling pretty easily. The first one I'm going to show you, put these over here, is the taco filling. Whether good or bad, this stuff tastes exactly like the Taco Bell taco meat you get at the store. It might be the same stuff, who knows. But I'm really impressed with all the ingredients in the fantastic World Foods boxes. We do have these for sale at Pro Light Gear now, which is kind of nice. This is the bag. It says taco filling mix on the outside of it, so you never have to take this. What I would do when it says add 1 3/4 cups water and this, and boil it, I would simply write 1 3/4 cups water on the outside of the packaging. If you want, this will make enough meat for 4 guys my size, and I like food, to have an easy burrito or taco in the backcountry. Have your friend make some rice with it. If you like greens in your taco as well, pick dandelion leaves. Dandelion leaves are in a lot of salads you buy in the store under a different name, or you can say dandelion leaves. Pick the smallest dandelion leaves, not the real big long ones. Those get a little bit bitter. The small leaves, if you put 1 cup of them together, have the same calcium as half a cup of milk. So it's just kind of a nice way to get some roughage in your diet in the backcountry, which I like. Combine the taco mix with, I also love these things. These are the Oro wheat pocket thins. This is the 8 grain, just a nice kind of like whole grain pita pocket, and these come in at 2.75 ounces per round. Cut them in half, open up the pocket, pour the taco meat inside, cut up your cheese, and throw a few dandelion leaves in there, and you've got a really nice taco in the backcountry. We end up doing that a lot. I got these at our local grocery store. They have a bunch of different varieties. I prefer the 8 grain just because they taste a little bit better to me. Taco meat, you can cut this in half. If you have a kitchen scale, that's the nicest way to do it in my opinion. Separate it out by weight, half and half, and then simply write half the amount of water on each of your own prepackaged little bag. If you're by yourself for a solo meal, this will last several meals, so just kind of shake it up till everything's even, and then divide the weight out, and you can have a couple different meals if you prepackage it yourself. That's the taco filling. And without the packaging, I forgot to tell you this, in the bag it is 4.9 ounces, so you can get down to like 2.9 or 2.45 ounces per meal for 2 tacos. Have enough meat to do that, so that's pretty light. The next one I usually use in conjunction with the taco meat. These are the black beans. They are phenomenal as well. Better than any canned black bean I've ever bought or had. Kind of has the consistency of refried beans, but they are black beans. This makes a ton of beans when you make it. I would absolutely recommend splitting this in half and cutting in half the water. I believe it's 2 cups of boiling water for the whole package, so I just split it in half and do one half of the beans, 1 cup of water. And the water doesn't need to be boiling. Boiling just speeds things up, so these are ready to eat very, very quickly. Usually when I get to camp and I have these, I'll pour a cup of water into my pot, dump these in, let them sit for a little bit, turn on the stove to heat them up to the temperature that I want to cook them at. It takes about 15 minutes of just sitting in water for these to be ready to eat. This is 7.33 ounces for the entire serving. And again, if we are in the backcountry with a bunch of guys, this will make 4 burritos worth of beans. So really a fairly light way to feed a lot of people at once and still have an incredible taste. I mean, they put jalapenos, onions, cayenne pepper. They're not just beans, they're very, very flavorful. We will have these acrylic here as well. The next one my wife actually really likes. This is the Vegetarian Nature Burger from Fantastic World Foods. This is the heaviest one. Comes in at 10.26 ounces, so 10.25 ounces for the actual burger mix. This is vegetarian as well. They have a really nice light flavor, and this is where I will brown the sausage in the pan a little bit just to get some fat to cook these in, and to give it a little meaty flavor for myself. I would definitely split this up. This will make 6 3-inch burger patties pretty easily. If you flatten them out to cook on like a titanium fry pan or something like that, you can get a few more out of them. They're a little bit thinner, or a full burger size burger. On the box here it says add 1.5 cups of boiling water to make all of these at once. Again, I would separate this by weight and use 3/4 cups water per one of these. You can make yourself 2 big patties, and these are incredible in the backcountry. It's just kind of like a comfort food type of deal. And that's when it comes to the burger buns. Instead of just eating them like with a fork, I use the Oro wheat sandwich thins. I really appreciate these because they're flat already. You can put them in your pack and not worry if stuff smacks on them. In a pinch, I've used these as pot holders, so you can help grab things and get them off the stove quickly without burning your fingers. They're very thin, very tasty. You can crush them in your pack, nothing happens. Put them in your own Ziploc bag and they fit right inside your pot most of the time. If you get one of the bigger cans of fuel, it's about the size of the base of that, so the fuel can sit right on top of these and not rattle in your pot, which is kind of nice. These weigh 1.5 ounces per bun, and if you cut the filling in these in half, you can make 2 patties this size and have 2 burgers for dinner, which usually happens in our campsite quite a bit. Then if you have your cheddar cheese with you, you can cut up little slices of this and put it on your burger and have a burger with cheese, which is kind of nice. 1.5 ounces per round, delicious burgers. And this comes in again at 10.25 ounces for the packaging, so five and change for 2 burgers basically. And last but not least, this goes with most things that I pack around with me. You can either dip the bread in it, the little pita rolls in it, whatever you want to do. I put it on burgers, I put it on tacos, but this is the Fantastic World Foods hummus mix. On the back of the packaging it says requires oil. I've made it with oil and without the oil, and I haven't seen a difference when mixing it. It may be a touch more spreadable with the oil in it, but as far as taste goes, it all tastes the same, in my opinion. Comes in a little package like this, and is 6.24, so 6.25 ounces for the hummus. And all you do is add 1.5 cups water to this entire package. Again, you can break this down, divide out the water, do this by weight, do water by cups, so you can make it in individual little serving sizes you can mix up very, very quickly. Fantastic on the taco meat inside the little pita with your cheese and roughage. One of my favorite things that comes with me. 6.25 ounces for that. And then this is something I just recently started taking with me into the backcountry, is dehydrated peanut butter. And when I first got this, I thought that was just weirder than can be. But tell you what, for $4 for this can at the local grocery store, kind of you find it in the health food section usually. They take a lot of fat out of this stuff just so they can dehydrate it. You mix 2 tablespoons of the peanut powder with 1 tablespoon water. I found that you have to add a little bit more water than what they recommend to get that kind of creamy texture that you're used to. Phenomenal. You can make anything you want with peanut butter, or just eat the peanut butter straight as like as a treat along the trail. Just mix it up real quick. This can't squish or get oil or peanut butter all over your entire pack. I made the mistake one year and ruined a camera when I had a little sachet of peanut butter in my pack. Camera got set on it, it popped, and that lens will probably never move again until I pay to have it fixed. So this is a really nice, no-mess solution. If you do take like a protein powder or something like that in for like a quick shake in the morning, I've done that a few times. I've been adding the dehydrated peanut butter to that shake and just shaking up so I get a chocolate peanut butter shake in the morning in my little titanium cup or my little Sea to Summit X mug. Both work very well for making it. Yeah, so if you get a chance, try this stuff out. It's just a little bit different take on how to have a meal in the backcountry. Overnighters, bring whatever you want. Bring as much food as you can. You're not carrying that much weight anyway. If you have any questions about different meal ideas, different cooking options, anything along those lines, feel free to give us a call, send us an email. Thanks for watching.